This is Bill North of the Florida Weekend Warriors, and in this video we're going to add a 120 volt outlet to our Grand Design 2800 BH. It should be pretty simple. Stay tuned and I'll show you how to do it. This outlet is an exact replica of the ones that's already in your motor home or trailer. It doesn't have a box, it just has these wings that hold it into the wall. So you don't need a box or a stud or anything, you just need to cut a hole and run the wires to it. The reason we're adding this is that the only real outlet I have near the floor is this one over here, and we got this brand new Dometic cooler, and right now we've got to run this extension cord up the wall to the only outlet that's over in here. So the plan is to put it down here right in this area so we can plug it in without this long extension cord, and it should be a simple install because the power center is right here. I'll put a link at the bottom of the video so you can find one of these outlets. It's very different than the one you get at the hardware store, and I'll show you why. First off, this plate basically just presses on and snaps on the front. And then you cut the hole so this fits inside the hole, and then you just screw these wing nuts, and these wing nuts hold it into the wall. Now you'll notice it doesn't have the screws on the side like a normal outlet. And when I first looked at this, I was kind of confused on how this works. But basically the wires come in the top through this slot, and you can see the wires just press into these grooves. So you have to use a solid core wire. You can't use marine cable that's stranded, or else it won't work with this outlet. But it should be pretty simple. I guess it's for the RV industry because you basically just strip it and push it in, you're done. So let's get it installed. This cover just simply just pulls off. And then there's two screws that hold it in. You pull this out, and there's another screw that holds on this heater hose. So we're just going to pull off the heater hose. Now we have access to this whole area. And I thought I was going to put the outlet over here, but there's a false panel here. So I have to put it below the air duct. So it should be pretty simple because the power center is right here. So it should be super simple. So here's the power center to the camper. And I'm sure everyone has been inside one of these. But basically, everything over here on this side is just like your home. It's 120 and it's circuit breakers. And everything on this side of this panel is 12 volts. And it's got 12 volt fuses. And here's like some kind of a circuit breaker of some sort. So anyways, down here it tells you what kind of breakers to get. Either single pole or double pole. And it's got these symbols. I went on the internet and tried looking at these, and I really wasn't sure which breaker to get. So I'm simply just going to take another breaker out, take it to Home Depot, and just line them up and make sure I get the right one. But to get this off, you just got to make sure you take these 4 screws out. And the most important thing of all is to make sure the power is off and the battery is off so that this whole panel is dead. It's a little darker in here now that I got all the lights off, so I'm going to take these screws out. You lift this up to get access to the screws on the bottom. Oops. Make sure you don't lose those screws. Once you get the panel off, these go to the battery, and I think these go to the power converter, and these all go to the different circuits, the 12 volt circuits. And then there's all the grounds, there's all the neutrals, and all the hots are hooked up to the back of the breaker. So I'm going to take one of these breakers off, go to Home Depot, make sure I get the right breaker. Looks like we got 2 extra slots, one there and one there. And we should just have to knock out one of these on the panel. You just have to knock one of these knockouts out, and so the breaker will fit. So here it goes. You know what? Instead of undoing those, I'm going to pull the breaker out and look at it. That might be easier. So I'll just take a picture with my phone, go to Home Depot. There's two important things to take a picture of. That and the hooks on the back. And it's going to be a double pole 15. I'll take a picture of this too, just in case I have trouble, and then maybe somebody at Home Depot can help me. It wasn't too bad finding the exact match at Home Depot. It's only 10 bucks. Now this is actually a single pole breaker. The single pole means only one spot that attaches to the hot leg bus bar at the top. I originally thought it was a double pole, but just because there's two circuit breakers on it, it's really just a single pole breaker. So let's get started. So there's just 4 screws that hold on this main panel, just like the cover. After you get all 4 screws out, this whole panel just pulls forward and you can see everything. See, all I got to do is run the wire right through here into the breaker here and just a little bit over there. I won't need hardly any wire at all. So I just stripped off of maybe 5 inches of the outer casing of the wire so I can get it into the panel, and I'm going to snake it through this hole right through here and push it through the wires in the back here. I'm going to go ahead and strip it ahead of time. That'll make it easier. Now you see I just stripped a little bit back, and we're going to run the wires right through this slot here in the back of the thing. So just take a second. There. Now we got them all going through. There we go. Black will go this way. Ground will go over here. And neutral over here. And make sure you get these tight. There it goes. There it goes. Then over here, you just do the same thing over here. There's an empty one right there. Now all we got to do is push the panel back in and put these 4 screws in and put the faceplate back on. Almost forgot. You got to take the knockout out, or else that last one's not going to fit in there. Now all that's left is to cut the hole and hook the plug up. You know the old saying, measure twice, cut once? It was actually 1 3/4 by 3.5. So I got it all taped off. Now I just gotta cut it out. I'll go get some tools and come back. Let's see here. stretch that up. Just gotta make sure it fits. It's just right. Just gotta take the blue tape off. Cut my wire. This will be the true test of whether I shut the breaker off properly. Now this is what is kind of funky about this one. This cover only goes on one way. And the way to tell it's the right way, it's got this extra indent right there. So it goes on this side, like this. So you have to put the wire through this end here. So it just pushes right between those two grooves. That's all you do. Then you just snap this cover on and you're done. There we go. Just like an OEM install. Now we'll flip the breaker on and see if it actually works. Plug in the see if the freezer comes on. There we go. We got AC power to our cooler. Project is complete. I'm really pleased with the way it came out. It looks like it was supposed to be there the whole time. So I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to our channel or leave a comment. We'll see you on our next adventure. See ya!